Good morning. Happy World Book Day. 2 years ago I had a series called 25 at 25 in which I tried to read 25 books, and because I'm me, I did not. But I recently got one of the books on the list, Chinese Fairy Tale Feasts, a literary cookbook with stories by Paul Yee, illustrations by Xiaoli Wang. Judy Chan provided the recipes, and Jane Yolen did the foreword. I'm actually going to be trying to cook one of these recipes tomorrow, which I hope will go well, because this is clearly a children's book, and hopefully that means if a child is meant to do it, hopefully that means I can do it. I was a little bit confused about the foreword, but Jane Yolen originally did a book called Fairy Tale Feasts with her daughter, and then Jewish Fairy Tale Feasts. So this is part of a series, and that's really exciting. And I'm definitely the one who's doing the cooking tomorrow, but I brought the book down to show Mum what it is that we're doing. We're a little bit concerned about the iceberg lettuce because it's kind of a stiffer leaf, but we couldn't get any other kind. So I never really feel that confident talking about kids' books, and this is definitely for a much younger audience than I'm used to talking about, even at that. But I think it's good. It's simple, but it's an interesting story. I like that the recipes match up so far, anyway. And the art style, I was quite unsure about it at first. Like, it's definitely a very memorable cover, but I wasn't sure about it. And then I showed you that illustration last night, and I am kind of coming around in it. It's still a little bit, I guess, not as neat. I can't think of another word for it than I prefer, but I really like how bright it is, and it's so colourful. We are not going to be doing the first recipe, however, tonight, which is congee to go with all like the rice in the story. Instead, we're doing minced beef in lettuce, which is the second last story, which is called The Ungrateful Wolf. I've not gotten that far yet. Yeah. So currently recuperating with some dog videos. Accidentally used 2 tablespoons of soy sauce for the salt for the sauce, when it was supposed to be 1, but it wasn't that bad. And the people with the dog, Jinshi Shauga, did a clay pot egg wrap thing, and we're going to be trying that post reading vlog. But I think we're going to try that marinade because it was really nice. Like I said, a bit too much soy sauce, but it was good otherwise. At the end of every story, there's always one of these little discussions about the story, and sometimes talking about history, sometimes with a proverb. The story accompanied by that proverb is one that the author made up, and I think it was really clever, talking about using noodles, creating noodles in order to feed the hungry, the way that it keeps multiplying. That being said, it reminded me of something that I didn't mention with the recipe that I followed, which is it doesn't give you servings. Mum looked at it and said, for the amount of beef that we have, it's going to serve the two of us. And she was right, and it was good portions for the two of us. Nonetheless, I do think a serving guide, I guess, estimation would have been useful. And this is what giving up looks like. I don't know where my plain black tops are, so we're just gonna have to go with this. Who cares? Oh. That looks pretty solid. No?
Just whatever the other one used, use your dish.
What about that one up at the back?
I thought that looked an easy one to peel.
Yeah.
But I weigh it and see, get the scale, see. The other one's lighter. Yeah, that one will taste good.
So we talked a little bit about the Dan Dan noodle story, and I liked it. I did not talk about the recipe because I thought some of the recipes were different levels, because it wants to encourage children cooking with their family, and I thought the Dan Dan noodles are probably going to be a little bit harder. I have since read the recipe, and I'm not as confident in that reading. I think I could probably do it, but as you saw yesterday, we got the sweet potatoes, and so that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Once again though, we do not have servings. It is quite a big sweet potato though. I'm pretty sure it's a side dish because there is a recipe for a dip. And we're going to just be having that alongside like fish and chips. So it should be nice, and it's hopefully not going to be too much work. We're thinking it's going to take 45 minutes, but because it's me, we're probably going to take an hour. What one's better?
How are you doing it? Which way are you going to be doing it to begin with?
That way?
That's going to give you round slices.
Is it? But it didn't say how to cut it.
Is it chips? You're having chips, aren't you? Yeah, so you need to come down, you need half it this way to begin with then.
This way?
I would say.
Should I use this one?
You want to have a go? Try it, see what you got. Hard. Try getting this in now that you've started it. And move it round a bit round.
No.
Take it back out slightly. Spin it. Maybe now that you've got it started, you could do that kind of motion.
Okay.
Take it round a bit. The other side. That's it. Very good.
I don't think that. Okay. No.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to get one out of it.
I don't think they're matching up.
Which we see that if you get it apart.
If I get it apart.
They're coming apart?
No, because look.
No. Is that for the other side, this
Yeah.
one? Join them up. Try. Luckily you've got loads of tartar. There you go. There you go. Right, so the easiest way I think would be, I'll take the rotten ends off, you know what, and then
I don't know what's edible.
You and me, won't you? I'll just say that.
That one okay?
Yeah. Let's see something. No, what do you think this one? I'll chop through this.
You said that size?
You're still going to get round ones, but it's up to you if you want round.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see your sizes. Oh, that'd be perfect. Put that in my cup.
Woof.
No, get phone from the. What do you call it? Romanian? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'll come down for it, yeah. There's a bar. It is, yes. Right, I'm just looking for a chicken supper, please. And a portion of battered sausage, please, the 2 portion. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at this menu here. It's 1 portion of the 2 sausages in it. Places it up. She said 20 minutes. 24, eh?
20 minutes. Hell of a day.
Must be busy.
It's a Thursday.
So I think we have some problems with the thickness of some of them. Bless you.
I can smell the ice spice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
It's fine.
Where's the spring onions?
It must all be, at times, deeply distressing.
Guess who's going to get to make some dandelion? I'm really excited about this because, like I said, the noodles looked a lot easier than I had assumed that they would be, and I just really love noodles. Mum picked this one out because I did ask for her input on like the beef lettuce and all that, but they were like my suggestions, and so it's nice to have to like go out on one that she has decided on. And we are going to go out on that one because I am feeling better. I am actually like physically better. I can eat food now. And I can also read now. And it's not going to take that long to read the rest of the book because it is kids' stories. And so yeah, we don't have long to go now, but hopefully we're going to go out on a high. We both really liked tonight's. I will say, being me, I was like 15 minutes after dinner arrived. And so we had the sauce first, and I didn't really like it. We put 2 squeezes of sriracha in, and that was much better. It was still, for me, it was still subtle. And I would say that the potatoes were also subtle, which isn't really a problem. I would have liked just a little bit more taste to it. Not a lot, because the last one I took was in a patch that it turned out had quite a lot of 5 spice on it, and that was too much. But it's a really nice, subtle side dish. Between us, we did not finish, though. I think we ate about half of them. There are 9 left. They're going to go in the fridge. I'm trusting Mum on this because I don't know enough about cooking. Yeah, and hopefully we can snack on them tomorrow.
Mix the green. Oh, I look at sweet.
So tomorrow's the big noodle day, but unfortunately I have bad news. I found one that I don't like, and it's not because it's a bad story. It does what it does, and it does it well, but it's just that I know the story that it's working off of, and so for me I just wanted a little bit more detail. I'm just showing that it doesn't say to boil them, so we don't know what to do.
And it's the kind of medium, that one.
Okay.
I just pulled the skin off it just now.
So 2 of these?
2.
Yep. I can hear you laughing.
In a land with few roads, the frozen river becomes a highway through the forest.
I didn't film as much of the cooking as I wanted to. It sounds ridiculous, but it asked me to wash the vegetables and boil the water at the same time, and I panicked. Because I know I'm slow, and I knew that if I did that at the same time, we would not have any water left to boil. And then it turns out the noodles we bought were already kind of pre-cooked, and so that just made things worse. We used more noodles. I think the packs were just under like 10 grams, I want to say, under what the recipe called for, and we used 1.5 packets. But it was the peanuts that really did us in. Neither my mum nor I are used to cooking with them, and it got so claggy so fast, just all of the water dried up, and so we had to keep adding in and adding in and adding in. I would also say 2 whole peppers is a lot, and I would maybe recommend just going with the red pepper because it's sweet, and I think that was a really nice addition to the flavors. But it was good. We enjoyed it. It was just like half an hour late. I did finish the book, and while I love most of the stories, there were two that caused a little bit of a problem. West Ocean Greens is your kind of typical, your three sons go out into the world and seek their fortune. And I will say this for it, I really like that it blends kind of like the traditional fairy tale structures and motifs, but does have modern things like cars, because that kind of modern fairy tale is something that kind of dulls the magic of them for me, which is not the case with this book. However, one of them, I mean, they all went to the New World, but one of them was like clearing the land because it wasn't suitable for farming, and it's like, oh, I've heard these arguments before from pro-colonial people. It's not great. And so that was a little bit uncomfortable, especially because after the story, the postscript said that watercress came from like Europe and Central Asia, and it's like, but you clearly set this in the New World and you made it awkward by doing so. The other one was two gods, one wise, one not. And the story itself is fine. I actually really enjoyed the story. It's the art that's the problem. This is quite old Hollywood racist caricature of a voodoo priest, and I understand that the skin is probably brown because his statue is made of wood, but that's still, you know, like the tribal-ish tattoos and the skulls in the hair would still be present, even if that were the case, and all of it together is just bad. I think the Cinderella story might also be a problem for some parents, some children. It is one where her friend is a fish, and the fish is eaten, and the recipe is for steamed fish. I was a horror lover child, also possibly a horror child. And I think that's hilarious, but I imagine some kids might get upset by that. That said, I do love this book. It really comes across as a love letter to culture and food, and I'm really excited to at some point get to fairy tale feasts and Jewish fairy tale feasts as well. Thank you for watching. Bye. Oh, no, you can reheat the sweet potatoes, but we did it in the air fryer because they got a wee bit soggy.